Hey everybody, what's going on? We are back with Gunslinger Abyss, Opus 26 set review. We are covering the win cards now. This set has been very exciting. I can already see a lot of possibilities. I really don't know if we'll be worrying about the same things in a couple months, in a month's time, right? Because we're like 2 weeks out from the set and 2 weeks before like the next major after that. So yeah, let's get into this, guys. These cards are very exciting. So new Ash, win, 5 cost. If you control 3 or more category 12 characters, the cost required to cast Ash is reduced by 3, which I like actually a lot. The forward other than Ash you control gain 2000 power, so that's not limited to 12 characters. And dull 1 active category 12 character, choose a forward during this turn, the next damage dealt is reduced by 2000 instead. I like this card for a meta that we don't have right now, right? Like, this card feels like Opus 23, 24 kind of, ideology where we're just like, tapping through to keep our big guys from dying, right? Right now we don't have that same interaction. So this works into certain decks, but again, I think the way we're building currently, it doesn't really help too much. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think it's a great card. I think we can definitely work with this. Being that Ash is, again, jumping colors here. Back to wind after a little while. I think actually, no, we had another one back or something recently, I forget. But I think it's a legendary, it's solid. It has a lot of cool stuff to work with. Oh, my bad, full up. Alright, Alexander, during your turn, you can duel 2 active wind forwards you control and says to pay this. So all in all, a very good cast count card. Choose a character 5 or more, break it, but all in all, not a very decent effect. I don't know why all these Alexanders are limited to 5 or more. I think the 4-drop one was 4 or more, and that was any character. I guess it's cool that this breaks backups too and not just forwards, but come on, give me a little bit something else. Just move on or stop printing them. Like, I don't know, that's just me. Also, this 7, I forgot, I didn't recognize this at first, but it's from 7, from the remake 7, so it's cool. I love that card was, that summon was great. Vaughn, 4-drop EX Burst. I feel like we have something like this already. When Vaughn enters the field, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add a Sky Pirate among them to your hand, and return the other cards to the bottom of the deck in any order. When a Sky Pirate other than Vaughn enters the field, choose up to 2 backups, activate them. This effect will only trigger once per turn. Okay, that second part's okay. I think it's gonna, there's a turn there where you speed up a lot of stuff, depending on where you are. It's a good cast count turn, but not really for a cast count deck. Also, Vaughn has just too many names. I don't think we really prioritize this one over some of the other ones we have, though. Sky Samurai. When Sky Samurai attacks, choose up to 2 backups, activate them. Sky Samurai gains 2000 power until the end of the turn. Okay, not bad for a solid like 3-drop. This is cool. It's a decent card. I don't think we'll need to put it in anything, but it's not bad for limited and stuff. Another Aerith, 3-drop Aerith backup. When Aerith enters the field, activate all the category 7 characters other than Aerith you control. I don't hate it, but I think there's just better Aerith cards, right? Like for like a better deck consistency and overall like synergy than just a hard. It's not even EX Burst, right? It's not like, it's just play, activate everybody else. One time, done, no thanks. Like no value after that. So it's for a good turn, but not for a good game. Echo, another Echo, 3-drop EX Burst, backup fairy. When Echo enters the field, you may search for a card named Wool and add it to your hand. Put Echo into the breaks. When choose card named Wool, it gains, this character cannot be chosen by your opponent's summons or abilities until the end of the turn. Okay, that's not bad. I'm trying to think Wools. So there's the Earth Wool from the last set. I think we got a new Wool. He's ice in this set, so it's like, sure, I'm sure we can figure something out. It's not bad. The fact that it's EX Burst, but specifically only gets us 1 card is both good and bad. So Oshan, the 12 for each. This one's new to me. For each job the 12 you control other than Oshan gains 1000 power. If Oshan has 10,000 power or more, Oshan gains cannot be chosen by your opponent's abilities, and if Oshan is dealt damage by your opponent's abilities, that damage becomes 0. Okay, so for each, so other than him, right? So you need at least 5 more to make him to have other stuff. So again, at some point, I think 4 is a good spot, right? Like Suarez was always at having 4, right? That was when everything worked. That was the best. That, you know, Merrill and the water one, whatever her name is, I already forgot. But these guys are asking for a lot. The Ice is asking for 6. This guy's asking for, you know, 5. The other ones are like, the more you have, reduce this cost, but he's also like 8 and stuff, like, or he's higher, I don't remember. So I think they're asking for a little too much for consistency here, but maybe it works. I don't know. We'll solve that problem later. 5 CP Warp 2 Cloud. When Cloud enters the field or attacks, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a win card, add that to your hand. Okay. Choose one forward of cost 5 or more, break it. Not bad. I think outside of 7, I guess, and Warrior, it's an okay card. The fact that it has Warp wants me to pair it up with the other Warp cards, but Warp is in a great spot without this, I think, anyway. Considering that it's just specifically, you know, we're trying to get more win cards, and without haste, he's gonna enter and do nothing, so I don't know. Not worth it. Cactuar Conductor. Oh, this guy gets a full art? Oh, it's the waft treatment. Love it. Put Cactuar Conductor into the break zone. Choose a category waft forward of 5 or less you control. Remove it from the game. Play it onto the... Sorry, let me start over. Choose one category waft forward of cost 5 or less you control. Remove it from the game. Play it onto the field at the end of the turn. Okay. Yeah, I was confusing myself there for a second. It's interesting. I think maybe as a one-of, you play this because there's no innate value and it doesn't do anything until you're ready to break it, right? And in a world where, you know, we can just never actually use this because you're being frozen or your break zone is being targeted, I don't really see a long-term need for this or use for this. So it's tough, but it's definitely a very cute card having all 3 of these guys on top. I love that. When are we gonna get the Moogle Conductor? Come on, guys. Alright, Cisne. Oh, we just saw this one actually. Cisne enters the field, select one of the following 2 actions. Choose a monster, break it. Choose up to 3 backups, activate them. You can tap to choose a forward and deal it 2,000. Just a pretty normal win card. I love the art though. Cisne with her green chocobo from Remake or whatever, Rebirth. It's just really, really nice. Who is this? Lisa Fujis did a really good job on this one. White Mage. So discard a card, choose 3 cards in your opponent's break zone. Oh, this one you don't have to break though. And choose 3 cards in your opponent's break zone. Remove them from the game. If the discarded card is water, also draw a card and then discard a card. I kind of like this. So it pairs well into a win-water scenario, obviously. But being able to remove 3 cards without breaking this White Mage is very nice. I think the other ones have to be broken, if I'm not mistaken. Or I could be forgetting completely all wrong already, but it's nice. It's just tap, discard, and then do this. So it's usable a lot. So it's always threatening. It's a little bit better than the old White Mage we used to have, in a sense. Remove from the game. Discard cards. Yeah, and then you just draw and discard just for funds, right? Like, keep yourself going. I like that. This one's my favorite so far. Sonon. If you control card name Yuffie, Sonon, and the card name Yuffie you control gain haste. When Sonon forms a party with card name Yuffie and attacks, activate all the backups you control, draw a card. And I think there's a Yuffie in this set, so I guess probably paired together it's decent. Bart's, the chase card, the signed chase card. Alright, so you can pay 3 crystals instead of paying the 8 CP to cast Bart's. When Bart's enters the field, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Play 1 character of 3 or less among them onto the field, and add the other card to your hand. So, I don't know why I remembered this one differently. It's you're using 3 crystals to play him, as opposed to he generates 3 crystals. I don't know why I thought he used to do that. Maybe I saw him once and then I made it up after that. I don't even remember. So, as a whole now, I do like what he can do. The real question is how quickly we can generate this early, right? Like, is there a world where I generate 3 crystals turn 1, play him, play something else, and get cards back? Maybe not, but turn 2. I think turn 2 is more realistic. So, you know, being able to drop this guy for 3 crystals, play him, and hopefully something else, and kind of speed up the deck a little bit. Obviously, you have to live in a world where, you'll have more characters and summons and characters that generate value, right? Kind of have that same, Wool 7 treatment or things like that, right? Being is that it's only the top 2 cards, you are going to be limited to the spectrum that you reveal, so you want to minimize the uniques in the deck. And so the later this goes, obviously the less options there are. So it's curious, but it's playable. So we'll see where it fits in at the end of the day. Penelo, I think we saw this one. If you control a card named Vaughn, its cost is reduced by 2. When Penelo enters the field, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a category 12, add it to your hand. It's not bad. I still think we play the other Water Penelo just because it does more for us. We don't need to draw. We don't need to get just that filter card. The other one draws cards already, so why am I doing this? I'd rather just pay the 2 to have an engine that does drawing and protecting and everything else. Your warp cost cards can be paid with CP of any element when Fina enters. So your warp costs can be paid with CP. So to warp them, not to play them or cast them, right? When Fina enters the field, you may search for a card with warp and add it to your hand. Choose a card removed from the game. Remove 1 ability counter from it. You can only use the ability during your turn. Between this and that other, I think it was a Physalis, and some of the other warp cards, warp might actually be good again. Or might actually be good for the first time. We'll see. We'll do it. We'll make it anyway. Gorger. During your turn, Gorger also becomes with a forward of 7k power. Gorger cannot be blocked by a forward of 3 or more. When Gorger deals damage to your opponent or put Gorger in the break zone, if you do so, choose up to 3 back to activate them and draw a card. That is by a forward of 3 or more. This is okay. I don't think we need it. I don't think it sees enough play. It's good, and I can see it being good in a cast count deck, right? Where you're able to, play it turn when next turn you're gonna pop off, right? So like you're pre-setting up the turn. Obviously, the game in a world where the game is a little slower, this might see some play, but as of right now, I don't see that being the case, right? It also facilitates both turns, right? So let's say you already have your Atomos and whatever out, right? Evray, and so you can play this, play something else, activate the backups, play something, pass, right? Next turn, now you have this guy out, you can set up. So it does cultivate 2 turns, but again, it's contingent on your forward not having a 2 CP blocker, which is very common right now, and doing the rest of the thing, right? Getting the Rosa, having the cards, blah blah blah. So like, I don't know. Millefeu, I don't know how to pronounce that. Put Millefeu into the break zone, draw 2 cards. You can only use the ability if there are 4 or more wind cards in your break zone. That's a tough one. It's super cute though. This is gonna be like the no-nos. We're just gonna get too many of these full arts in my cases. So, I like it, but the contingency is a little, too much, I think. And the fact that you can only play one of this at a time just makes it harder. Larsa, new 4-drop Larsa backup. When Larsa enters the field, you may search for a card named Ash or a card named Bosch, or card Judge. And add it to your hand. When a category 12 forward you control is put from the field in the break zone, you may put Larsa in the break zone. When you do so, add it to your hand. Okay, that second effect is nice. It breaks itself, and so it's useful. It's got a little full art too. That's okay. Ryoma Ito's art is very nice. So, is this better than our current Larsa? No, but it does create a separate deck for us, right? That way, and the reason I don't want to discount this deck is because remember we're moving into a 2 format meta soon, right? Like and I mean this in a Nationals perspective, right? Like when Larsa was already a very important card, I'm not saying you're gonna just play a wind Larsa deck, but this opens that up too, right? So you're not gonna be, stuck making decisions for if you choose to play this deck around this Larsa and the new Ash or whatever, right? Or even like Turbo Bosch kind of situation. So something to think about. Lim Lane? I don't even know. Man, some of these names are out of control. The 12 characters really make reading feel like I didn't know how to do it in the first place. And you know, we already have that problem with card text, so I don't need to worry about reading the names wrong. 2-drop backup. The cost required to cast your Job of 12 can be paid with CP of any element. Okay, so just like the Soiree. Okay, so this one's good. And then put limited inspiration. Choose one Job of 12. It gains this character cannot be chosen by your opponent's summons until the end of the turn. Okay, so it's okay. It's getting better, but again, I don't know if it's worth it. The reprint of the Druid and the LB Yuffie. When Yuffie enters the field, if you control 2 or more Category 7 forwards. Okay, draw a card. That's solid. So her being one of them is fine. 4 for a limit break 2 though is annoying, and then discard 2 7 cards. Choose a forward, break it. Also good. And if the other guy gives her haste, right? Yeah, they both gain haste, so you can effectively break something when it comes out if this guy's out. So there's some synergies there. The wind is not that impressive this set. My biggest callouts will be probably the Bards to see how best we can utilize this. And I think the Fina, and I think that's it. Like, the Ash is okay, but I don't think the meta is gonna like lend itself to a card like this. The 12 stuff is whatever. Yeah, I'm a little bummed here. 12 is, I mean, Wind is a little oh, the White Mage was probably the best card, which is weird, right? The Elves is this, and the Bards, so I don't know, guys. Give me your thoughts on this one for sure. As far as decks that you want to see, I'm gonna ask you again. Do you want to see some 12 stuff, or do you want to see some 7 stuff, right? Because we got a lot of 7, some Yuffie Sonon stuff, or do you want to see more Warp? Leave it in the comments. But yeah, overall, these are a little uninspiring right now. And this is, again, first glance, first looks. Set just dropped. Let me know what you think. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to go watch the next one. See you later, guys.